Hey Jim, Brian Chicoine from Bergstrom GM of Oshkosh. Bruce and Tom are bringing your Cadillac ATS over tomorrow for you in the morning. Just wanted to give you a little run through on how everything's going to work with the vehicle, since I'm not going to be there to show you how everything works. First of all, you're going to have your key fob right here. You have lock, unlock, remote vehicle start, and your trunk release and your panic. So do a remote vehicle start. I always hit the button twice for lock. Hit lock twice. I wait to hear it beep. Hold down the button for about 4 or 5 seconds to see the parking lights flash in the car. The vehicle is running for us, okay? So now when you walk up to the vehicle, you can get the key fob out. You can hit unlock or lock if you'd like to. Or you do have the passive entry system, which is this little button right here. All you gotta do is you hit that twice. That unlocks all the doors for you. Hit it once, it's just the driver's door. I have it set up that way for security purpose, so if you or your wife are in the vehicle just by yourselves, no one can jump in on the other side or in the back seats when you're trying to get into the vehicle. Now on the driver's side, I'm going to show you a couple things real quick. So trunk release is just going to be right here on the bottom of the door. Then you have your power windows, locks, and power mirrors are right here. So this bottom button, that is your child safety lock and also window lock. It's all built into one for you. For your mirrors, you just push down to the right and you can move the right mirror up, down, left, right. Push down to the left, that's the left mirror, leave it in the middle. You don't have to worry about moving any of them. Unlock and lock's right there. And then for your seats, that's going to set your seat and also set your mirrors. Now how you set that is you hit set and you're just going to hold this down and that's going to set them for you, okay? So you get over to here, you are going to have your power seat, which is just going to be down on the bottom for you. And then when we get into here to finish the startup process, you're going to get into the vehicle. We're going to put our foot on the brake down below and we're going to push the start button right here. Doing that is going to start up the vehicle. Before, it just runs for 10 minutes and then it'll start itself up. So now I'm into the car. Once you get your seat and your mirror set, you're going to hit set. You can hear it beep and it beeps twice at you. It's only going to work when the car is fully on and setting the seats. Daytime running lamps right there. As long as this is an auto, your lights will automatically come on and off for you. We can see we're inside. My headlamps are on right now with that green symbol. Turn your brights on. They flash it when you pull it towards you. Push it away, that turns them on for your brights. Push it forward again, it turns them off. Now you're going to see I have my digital, the speedometer up there in the middle. On the left hand side, you're going to have your vehicle odometer. In the middle, you have your speedometer. On the right hand side, I have an engine boost. That's for your turbocharger. Now you can change those 3 different things if you wanted to. To change those 3 different things, you're gonna go right here onto the right hand side of the steering wheel. Right hand side of the steering wheel. So these 2 buttons, the up or down buttons, that's gonna go through your radio presets, which is gonna be over there. The plus and the minus speaker, that's volume controls. Pretty easy with that. But right here, if I push the right, you're gonna see how it highlights, or I push the left, sorry, it highlights the vehicle odometer. So now if I back up, if I push this down, it's going to go to my trip, my fuel range, your average economy, your last 50 miles, what the fuel economy was, your compass, turn arrows if you leave a turn arrow on, your cruise, what your cruise was set at, battery voltage, oil life monitoring system, and your engine boost, tires. And then just a blank page if you want to blank, or speed if you want to speed over there, or back to your odometer. So there's a couple different things you can do. If you want to clear out the trip odometer, you're going to come over here where it says select or SEL, push and hold. It beeps at us and it clears it out over there. Same thing, I can go all the way to the right and I can play with however I want to play with over there as well too. It's the same selection as you had on the left. Now in the middle, you have your digital speedometer. I can push down, that goes to show a compass. This will show your radio station. If your phone's connected, if you're calling somebody. This will just show us our economy trend. Options if you want to do different options. Now in the options, you can change it to miles per hour, metric. You can go down to info pages and you can add different pages to the left or right hand side. So if you wanted a trip 1, trip 2, you can add that. Fuel range, fuel economy, average vehicle speed, you can have that. A trip timer you can add to it. Travel time, distance to destination with your navigation. Speed limit, a speed limit warning. So there's a number of different things you can add to it if you wanted to. If I just push to the left, that's going to back me out of that screen right there for you. Okay. If I just push back, that takes me right back. I can push down, that goes me back right to the digital speedometer for me, okay? On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you are going to have heated steering wheel, lights up, heated steering wheel is on. Hang up for your phone or mute the radio, and this is going to be for your Bluetooth control, so your voice activation. Now for your cruise control, how to operate your cruise control, you're going to push this down. That's off right now, so if I push it again, the indicator it shows that it's on. You'll see right underneath the needle, underneath the miles per hour, there's a white indicator right there. That's going to look like that dial right there. So that is, once it's on, you're going to roll this down to set. So you just push that down. That white indicator on the dash will turn green, and then your cruise is set for you. You can push this up to resume, or speed up if you wanted to, or push this side to cancel your cruise, or you can still tap the brake if you wanted to as well too. Horn just in the middle like it normally is. Now on your radio here, you're going to have your touchscreen radio. You do have a couple different things up here. You have your shortcuts, I like to call them. So you have your audio, your phone, your navigation, your climate controls, and your text messages. Now, some of the phones aren't going to work with the text messages like they used to. They want to have you kind of stay off your phone and not text messaging, so it might not work for you, okay? Dependent on your phone. But for your radio, right now I have XM stations and an FM station set down here, so you can have AM and XM and FM stations all set right next to each other. Now how you go between your different sources is just by hitting radio. So I hit radio, it goes to AM, hit radio, goes to FM. The really neat thing I like is you can do a direct tune. Now you can do the seek by pushing left or right here, and that's going to seek the radio station. Or I can hit the little tune button and it brings up a direct tune where I can just type what I want in. Once I have it in, it goes to that radio station. I can hit exit, or I can hit the back button. Now if I want to save a station, I just push and, oop, my knuckle hit the volume button. So I just push and hold. There we go. And it saves just like that. Now, the screen will, when you're saving something or pushing a button on there, it will beep at you. It also vibrates, so it gives you a haptic touch, so you can feel it activate for you. Now for your phone, I can go through this with you if you want to call me, and we can do it over the phone. I can show you how to do it. But how you're going to pair your phone is you're going to click that phone, make sure your phone's down here is highlighted. You're going to click pair device. Now when you click pair device, you're going to do a search in your Bluetooth. It'll come up and say Cadillac Q. It'll give us an authorization number or a PIN number. You make sure they match, and then you click pair on your phone, click pair on your screen, and then it'll pair your phone. Your phone will have a prompt letting it have access to your phone contacts or messages. Click yes, so then if you want to do Bluetooth calls, all you gotta do is push the button on the steering wheel and say, call Brian, call Mary, and it'll call whoever you want to call, okay? Hit back. So that's back to the radio. If I hit the little compass up here, that'll bring me to your navigation. Navigation, I can zoom in, I can zoom out, whatever I want to do. I can click destination. Once I click destination, I can go up here and I can type whatever I want. So if I want to type your address, I could type your address up here, or I could go into addresses right here, and I can do a search through Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, whatever I want to do. Okay. Now the other thing is you can click on controls up here for your climate controls. So it is dual climate control, so you and the missus can have different climate controls. I do have it set on auto right now, which is right here. But as soon as I would click on the fan speed right here, that takes it off of auto. It'll just control the fan speed, but it's still going to control where the vents are going for you based on the temperature in the vehicle. So if you want to change that as well too, what you're going to do is you're just going to click on which one you want. That takes it off auto, and you have all the controls in. Because if as soon as I hit auto down here, it automatically changes my fan speed, automatically changes the vents it goes to, okay? Now I can click the temperature controls here, changes them in the screen, or I can click them up here, changes them in the screen as well too. If the passenger hits over here, you can see how the passenger is changing, the driver does not. So now if you want to sync those two temperatures, all you gotta do is hit sync, and everything synced back to the driver, and the driver has control over the temperatures, okay? Now if you want to do your front defrost, that is right there. Rear defrost is right there. Your rear defrost does also control your side mirror defrosters as well too. So when your rear defrost is on, that does control your mirror defrost as well too. Okay, heated seats, you're just going to push right there. You're going to feel the hip paddock touch, vibrates at you. So you have a high, medium, low, then off. Okay, now you do have little secret storage underneath there where you could use a wireless charging if you wanted to, and there is a USB port underneath there. All you're going to do is you're going to push right here. It just senses your finger and that opens and closes it right there for you as well too. Okay, just a little storage area underneath there, and then you're going to have your shifter right here. You have your park, reverse, neutral, drive. If you push it over to the left once you have it in drive, you're going into a manual mode, so you can manually shift this up or down and go through all your different gears if you wanted to. Okay, now the other thing you're going to have, which I really think is important if you've never had it before, is your auto start stop. The engine does have the ability to shut off at stop signs and stoplights based on the engine temperature, your heat, your AC, your battery life. So there's a lot of different things that have to, but the engine can shut off. And now as soon as you take your foot off the brake, it engages it, the engine right away. It takes about a millisecond. If you don't like that, there's a button, push right here, you can turn it off so it doesn't do the auto start stop. The mode, that's just going to go between a touring, sport, snow, or ice. And when I hit this button, it's going to change it up here. You see touring, sport, snow, and ice. That's just going to change three things. It changes your steering, your suspension, and your shifting points in your vehicle, okay? And then this is just going to be your traction control and stability track, which is always going to be on unless you want to turn it off personally. Now back to the screen up here. If I hit home, that takes me to my home screen. Now if you're using a smartphone, you can still use your smartphone and hook it up to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with projection. So you could use Apple Maps, Google Maps, Pandora, Spotify, Waze. There's a lot of different things you can use with that, but that is accessed through plugging your phone into the USB port, okay? Navigation's right there. Settings is you can play with this vehicle and how you want the language. You can do Spanish, French, or English. Valet mode, 4-digit PIN code you put in here. That 4-digit PIN code, that locks out this screen and your screen up here in your driver information center, so that you can make sure nobody can get any information off your navigation or off your phone if they happen to be driving the vehicle. Click back up here, I can click on radio. I can do Bose audio pilot, number of favorites shown, manage favorites, maximum startup volume. So maximum startup volume, you can keep this nice and low, so if you happen to have your radio loud, the next time you get in your car, it starts off nice and quiet. Bose audio, I'll turn this on, but what this is going to do is the Bose stereo system in here is going to get louder gradually to combat the wind and road noise you have, just so you know. Number of favorites shown, this is just an auto, so you can have up to, 55 different presets on here if you really wanted to, okay? So you can have a lot of different radio stations on here if you wanted to. Number of favorites shown, we were just in there, manage favorites. So here you can see these are just the first 5 that are on the screen. As soon as I could put some on the second, I could put 6 through 7, 11 through 15. You can keep going, so on and so on. But if you want to change the radio station names, you can click on them. You would just click rename, type what you want in, and then hit done, and it's done for you. Now, the biggest ones, you're going to go into vehicle. And this is how you can personally control your vehicle and how you want to personalize it, how everything's set up. So climate, air quality, you can see if the heated seats come on. Now the heated seats on coming on is if you have it on auto, based on the outside temperature, it does have the ability to turn on your heated seats for you as well too, to help warm up the cabin and you while you're driving if it's colder out. Your auto and auto rear defog, so those two again with the auto climate control, based on the temperature and humidity, it can automatically click on your front and rear defroster for you as well too, as long as those are on. The front defroster's on, the rear defroster's on, just the auto heated seats is on now as well too, and then the auto fan speed, that is set at medium. Comfort, convenience, now again, the comfort, convenience, this is for your memory recalls. So for your key fob, you're going to get 2 key fobs, a driver 1, driver 2. Now if you have this on, you have to feel which keys which, so you have to see which one's 1 and 2, they're not labeled. And then once you do that, you and your wife can have your own keys. You just, when you get in, start the vehicle, it recognizes, hey, driver 2's in here, it moves the seat, moves the mirrors for that. That right now is off. So the neat thing, which my wife and I do, is we use one key. So when we get into the car, all I do is I push and hold 1 or 2 over here on the side. It'll move the seat and the mirrors for me, and it takes about 5 seconds for all that stuff to move for me, so it doesn't take that long. Easy exit option, that is off, but if you want to have that on, once you have that on, you go over here to your memory seats, you click set, push and hold this and save. So if you want to have your seat go all the way down and all the way back, put it to where you want it all the way down to get back so you get in and out of your car easier. Save that, turn that on, and it'll do that every time you get out of your car and turn it off. Chime volume, just how loud this is going to beep at you if you leave the lights on or the key fob in the car with the door open. Reverse tilt mirrors, this is having your mirrors tilt down when you put into reverse, kind of like giving you a curbside view. Up to you if you want to have those on or off. Now you can go to lighting. That's just going to be your locator lights are going to stand for 30 seconds at night, and your exit lights as well too. Power door locks. Delayed door lock is off right now, so this will, when you hit lock on your key fob or lock on your doors, they automatically lock right away. If you had it on, if you hit lock, shut your door right away, it's going to unlock your car. It's going to keep your car unlocked for a little bit so you can get stuff from the back doors. Remote unlock start, so this will be your key, you're hitting unlock on your key fob, your lights flash. Hitting lock on the key fob, your lights are going to flash, your horn's going to beep every time you hit lock on the key fob. I'm going to have you push it twice to unlock all the doors on the key fob. You can change it to all doors, so all you have to do is push unlock on the key fob once, it unlocks all the doors. I like leaving it twice just for a safety feature if it's just one of you by yourself. You do have the auto start for the seats, so if you do the remote vehicle start, again this is based on the temperature outside. It can kick on your heated seats for you based on the temperature. And it's around 40 or 45 degrees, okay? And it doesn't get your seats super hot, it just primes them so they warm up quicker when you get to the vehicle. Remote window operation, that is off, but if you wanted that on, you could click turn it on, you hold down unlock on the key fob, and it rolls down your windows for you. Passive door unlock and lock, that is that little button on the door handle outside that I showed you. So passive door unlock, it is set up right now to push that twice to unlock all the doors. Now, if you happen to hit one of the back doors, so the back 2 doors or the passenger side door, that'll automatically unlock all the doors right away. The driver's door is the only one that's set up where you have to push it twice right now to unlock all the doors. Passive door lock, this is off. A lot of people like having it on, but it's off right now. So there's 3 different ways you can lock your car. 1 from the key fob, 2 from inside the car, you just hit lock on the door. 3 would be shutting your doors and hitting the little chrome button on the outside that locks the car. The 4th way is when you have all the doors shut and you leave with the key fob, you'll hear a little horn chirp, and that's just saying, hey, I locked myself. So me, I walk in with my lunchbox, my soda or coffee and water. So my hands are full, so my keys are in my pocket. So when I get away, it automatically locks itself for it, which is nice. And then this will just beep at you if you leave the key fob in the car that it's on right now. I can back out. Bluetooth, you really don't have to worry about anything on Bluetooth. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that's just based on what kind of cell phone you have for a smartphone, if you have a smartphone. Voice, that's going to be for your Bluetooth if you want her to confirm things more or less. In display, you can turn your display off if you want to turn your display off. And that's return the factory settings and your software information if you want to do that as well too. So that is just a quick run through on the vehicle for you. You can slide this over and see other stuff over here if you wanted to. Any questions, feel free to give me a call. Just the other couple last things up here is you're going to have your the 1, 2, 3, that's where you can program your garage door opener. Middle one's going to be for your sunroof, and then this is going to be for your lights up here. This will turn on the lights. This one will be for your dome override. So if you have this on off like that, your dome lights will not come on when you open up the doors. Leave it in the middle, they will come on when you open up the doors. Push all the way over to the right, and that'll turn them all on. That also turns the ones in the back on as well too. So, and then the last one is hazards are going to be right over here on the right hand side. Any questions, feel free to give me a call. I also have a form there. You do get OnStar free for a month, so if you could push your blue OnStar button for me, I'd really, really, really appreciate that. Jim, I really hope you enjoy this vehicle. So if you have any questions, feel free to text, call, or email me with anything. Hope you enjoy tomorrow, and if you need anything, just reach out. Thanks.